guys doing? It's a little windy, blustery day over here in southern Idaho. It's going to rain, probably thunderstorm here probably within the next couple of hours. At least that's the prediction. I'm not working today, kind of staying in, and thought I would do a review of something that you guys might appreciate that may not necessarily be, 100% bushcraft, but I think it's something that a lot of us like. So stick around and let's get with it, okay? A lot like many of you, I like to have some coffee. I don't drink it every day, and I don't drink it anywhere close to all day. 1 cup is usually enough for me. I like to grind my own beans. I like it to be nice and tasty, so I do need some kind of sweetener in there, and usually I'll use like some soy milk or some almond milk. If I'm out on the trail and out in the bush somewhere, we'll take like a dry creamer for it and maybe a little sweetener, but I've always kind of been against instant coffees. But over the last year or so, watching some YouTube videos, there's a couple of guys in particular, Dwella for one, and Syntax 77. They both, whenever they're out and about, always seem to bring instant coffees, and never been a big fan. But I also haven't had any in a long time, and I'll tell you what, things have gotten better. Dwella will usually take, at least most of the time that I see him on his videos, will take some Starbucks Via coffees, and they got some Italian roast, they got French roast, and they basically come in little packs about like this, tall, maybe about that big around. And Syntax likes Taster's Choice, which when I first heard him talk about it, I thought that's not even real coffee, is it? But I've tried both of them, and they both hit it right on the head. Both of those coffees are real good for instant, definitely. If you guys haven't been to their channels, Dwella and Syntax 77, get over there and take a look. Okay, they've got really great channels with comprehensive videos, gear reviews, overnighters, stuff like that. I really like them a lot and the stuff that they do. So if you haven't been to their channels, go to them, okay? But so I started buying Via from Starbucks, and then I bought Taster's Choice, and I like them both equally. And it just makes it super simple to make a coffee. You just boil up some water, throw in your stuff, stir it up, drink. Can't get any better than that. Except there's a product that when I went up to Montana last week to see my son and daughter-in-law and grandkids, they bought me a present, and it was about coffee. And what they bought me, I'll show you here in a minute, but I want to kind of show you progression. I've had a drip coffee maker. Was never really enamored with it, but every time I would make 2 or 3 cups, after the first cup, I'm pretty much done. That's how I knew that I was like a 1-cup drinker, and that's it. And so I was wasting a lot of coffee. Well, I was looking for an alternative, and one day, I not so much anymore. I still got my bike, but I used to really be into mountain bike when I was a lot lighter and stronger and younger. And I saw a video one day on Vimeo where these guys were riding their bike, and there was something hanging off of the water bottle cage on one of the bicycles. It was a little Bialetti mocha pot, and I had never seen one before, but I got to tell you that from that very moment I knew that I needed to have one. Googled it and found it like right away, and found it at Target of all places. So I went over there to Target and spent about $20 and got one that was bigger than the one that they had, but I got one nonetheless. And there it is right there. And it has served me well. I've had it for years, but there's a seal right in here that yes, you can change that, but I haven't. That kind of started going bad, and steam started coming out through there, and it's just a nice little pot. The only thing is that it's made out of cast aluminum, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not trying to give it an unfair review or anything, because I've had many cups of coffee out of it. It's just I always wondered about the cast aluminum, what it might be doing to me. Just out of curiosity. I'm not. It's not a worrisome thing. Anyway, it's been a good pot. I really like it a lot, but I wanted to make a change. And right about the time I had that, I also had a French press. The French press was pretty good. This isn't the original one, even though it says original on there. I did buy a decent sized press, and I bought a small one too. It probably stood about right here for frothing milk. You put your hot milk in there from the microwave, and you basically do this to the small one, and it infuses air down here, and it froths the milk. And that way you put hot milk in there, and it just made it better. But with grinding the beans and doing all this stuff, making a pot of coffee was just getting such a production. I just got sick of it. And so I kind of like laid off coffee for a little while, but I got back into it. This is kind of new. I've been using this even here in Idaho, but I retired it a few months ago and got this, and it's been a good press. So, but when I was in Montana, my kids gave me one of these. Have you guys ever heard of it? And basically, there it is. So let's kind of like break this down a little bit, and I'll tell you all about it. It comes with this weird looking thing, which is basically the stirrer. You kind of hold it like this, stir inside your press. Okay, I'll show you that. And it comes with a nice big scoop. Okay. This little deal here, what I use it for is when I have my cup, I put this down inside my cup, and then I press the coffee directly in to my cup. I thought that was a pretty good thing. They use little filters, and these are your filters right here. There's a lot in here. I don't know how many, maybe 100 or so. You can go on Amazon, and for $4 you can get a pack of 350 filters. So that's not too bad. So there's your filter. This is your press right here. Here. You twist that, pull it off. The filter goes right inside there, just like that. And the press, let's pull the press out. Okay. And this is coffee is this piece right here. So you take your filter and just, and there it is, filters on there. While your water's getting ready to get hot and you got your beans all ready to go to put in here, you take some hot water, some hot tap water, put it in there with the filter, and put the press in and push that hot water through there. And what that does, kind of activates it. It's opens up its pores. Put your coffee in here after you do that. After you run hot water through here, put your coffee in there. And what you can do, see how it's rated to 4 right here? What I do, and I like a nice strong cup of coffee, and it doesn't need to be big. I just like it because, well, let's put it this way. I made coffee about 3 hours ago, and I'm still wired off of it. I only made one of these. So they don't recommend you to put any more than 3 of these big scoops in there, and that's what I put in. So I put 1, 2, 3, and then when the water is about ready to boil and I'm ready to use it, I take that off of the stove, pour a little bit in here, maybe a couple of ounces, and then I take the little stirrer guy and put this down in there and stir it up, just kind of make a little bit of a slurry. Okay, and then you take your hot water and fill it up, and I go all the way up here to 4, and then I stir it again, and usually what happens, it settles a little bit and drops down, so I put a little more water in there to get it up to mine. Steep in there for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, that's it. Not 4 or 5 minutes like you do. While you're waiting for that 30 seconds to go by, you kind of push this in there just to get it ready to go. Okay? And when your 30 seconds is up, this is already sitting inside my coffee cup, and then this, either kind of the bottom and the top are shaped about the same. This just fits right in there. And then you press your coffee down into your coffee cup, just like that. And what they do is they call for a 20-second press, which means that you try to take about 20 seconds to force that through. That way you're not maybe forcing coffee grounds in there too. But right about there, because of the amount of coffee that I put in, it usually stops. And I usually lean on it pretty good, just to kind of squeeze it out. Okay, so then now your coffee is in your cup. And then what you do for cleanup, this is the best part about this, or the second best part. The coffee's the best part. But the second best part about this is that when you get it down, all you got left is grounds in there. You can take this off, pull that out, okay, and you got all those grounds packed right in there. You get over your trash can or over your fire or whatever, and then force it through, and it pushes it all out. And so from there, it's really simple to clean up. But it makes a really good cup of coffee. You can make it strong or weak as you want. It is just like the old mocha pot. It is near espresso strength, not espresso. The Bialetti mocha pot, I mean, that's what they call it, is an espresso pot sometimes, but it really isn't like that. So, anyway, it's a real good product, and plus it comes with this cool little carry bag. You could probably get a smaller carry bag to carry all this, because you don't really need to carry your filters with you. And saying that, I'm getting to a point where I think you probably know where I'm going. This is made out of plastic, not Pyrex. Okay. This is plastic. This is plastic. This is plastic. These items here in plastic too, they are super, super light. And you don't necessarily need to bring this. You could just use a spoon. You could grind your beans before you go on your trip, and all you do is pour it in, eyeball it, figure out at home how much coffee you want in there, and just eyeball the amount in there, so you don't have to bring this. Okay, we've all got some sort of utensil to eat with. We don't need this. Okay, so you can take that off your list. But this other stuff, and you don't need this. We all have coffee pots or coffee cups. We don't need to put this on here to put inside our coffee cup. Okay, you can chuck that. Just take this and put it right on top of your coffee pot, and then force the press down and get coffee in your cup. And then these guys, you can just put a few into a little plastic bag, like a snack bag or something like that, Ziploc, keep them dry. And then throw it in your little bag, or have a little smaller bag, because if all you're going to do is bring this, see how nice and tight that is? Say you're going to do an overnighter and you think you're only going to need 1 cup of coffee. You don't need to do anything, but you can take one of these filters and stick it into the filter cap here, and you're ready to go. You don't need to bring anything else. This is all you need for your coffee. And the coffee, of course, and cream or whatever. I would recommend this because it doesn't take up any space in your pack. It's super lightweight. Yes, there are viable alternatives to making your coffee like that, but some of you guys I know don't like instant coffee. This may be the way to go. Go on Amazon, put in Aeropress, one word, and you'll find these. But it's good and sturdy. It'll last you a long, long time, if not forever. Check it out. See, I told you that wasn't really a bushcraft review, but I've used it several times and I really like it a lot. So if you want, give it a shot. Well, so there you go. That's my review of the Aerobie Aeropress coffee maker. Go on Amazon, check it out. Oh, by the way, there are plenty of YouTube videos on this too, so you can kind of get ideas on how to use it. So check it out. I hope you do. And let me know if you do, and let me know what you think. Okay? Thanks for watching. You guys have a good one, okay? Take care.